Hey guys, welcome back to Ginger². Today it's Ginger² plus a blonde. And we're going to have some fun today. We're going to start things off. As promised, I have my presents from Delaney.
Yeah, we don't want to see those. They have to go in certain order.
Okay.
Okay, so anyway, I'm Delaney, by the way.
Sam here.
Yeah, Sam.
Okay. So what am I opening first?
This.
Well, am I opening it or are you opening it for me?
Well, there's not much to open. I just put some tissue paper on the top just to conceal the gifts.
Seeing Sam's face.
Because I ran out of tissue paper since it is.
I'm going to take the tissue paper out here.
I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, first things first. I received a hat, which might I add, I've received several hats this year, such as this one, which says LOL
There was a
series.
note that
Okay,
goes,
he didn't tell you that I got it for him, so thanks.
Sam got that one for me. This one appears to be,
There's a note for it.
the note says, "'Cause you are the shit." It appears to be the poop emoji. There's one back there, isn't there?
Yeah, can't really see it.
There's a poop emoji on the couch behind us. And then
Ooh.
I've received an Old Spice package with a note that says, "'Cause you smell like shit." But this is actually the scent I use, so joke's on you. How did you know that? You looked in my bathroom, didn't you?
Yes.
That's kind of weird. Okay, I'm ready for the next one. So far, these are much better than anticipated.
Okay, open the bigger one first for this next one.
There's
There's
two.
only one.
Yeah.
There's a big part of this.
Yeah, there's a big gift and then a smaller gift.
Okay. Okay, I received some Pampers Easy Ups.
What does it say?
Let me read the note on this. It says, "'Cause you're a big boy now." 'Cause I'm a big boy now. Ding. Okay. All right. This one has a strong scent. A strong aroma coming from the bag.
It's
here.
actual shit.
That's what I was thinking.
This looks like a shit candle, and it says, "I got nothing. This is just a candle." Well, Delaney,
So funny.
thank you.
You outdid yourself this year.
It even comes with a lid, like a shit candle cafe frappe. That's why
So
that's
you can drink it.
It's iced caramel macchiato. Ooh,
Unless
that's quite nice. It's like I just went into Starbucks and sniffed the
those are good
countertops.
candles.
Well, thank you for a great year.
Great year of friendship.
What did you give me last year?
A waffle maker.
Oh, that's right. That's right. We talked about that last
I got you
time.
something else. Oh yeah, I got you that poster.
Oh, you got me the posters as well.
I got the camera poster.
Well, I'm not going to lie. I liked this year better. I will make a lot of use of those Easy Ups and the candle and even the Old Spice. So, thank you very much.
I'm a little upset I didn't get a calendar this year.
Would you like to wear the LOL Seriously
sorry.
hat? I think you should. You look like a trucker.
It's a little tight. You
hat's
do have a
hot.
small hat.
I know. I have a small head.
Hat.
Squad.
I have a small head. It's okay. So, Delaney, what's on the agenda to talk about today? Could you not text? We're in the middle of a pod.
Sorry, my mom said, "Where is everyone?" I'm not sure. Should I call my mom and tell her where everyone is on live?
Would your mom
On
want to be
live.
on the podcast?
On live.
Sure.
Let's see
Okay.
how this
I don't
looks.
know how well that would work.
Yeah.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, where are you?
I'm at Trey's filming the podcast.
Oh, okay. You gonna be home in time for Dad's birthday? Sean's cooking the roast.
Yes, of course.
You want me to pick you up on my way home?
That's maybe necessary.
An option?
I'll get back to you.
What?
I'll get back to you.
What do you mean you'll get back to me?
I'll let you know
All right,
later.
I'm probably gonna be leaving at 4:30.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. All right.
Alright.
Bye
Call
bye.
me, okay?
Okay. Bye bye.
Bye.
Your mother sounds like a very sweet woman.
Oh yeah, she's the sweetest.
Why aren't you home for your dad's birthday?
Yeah. What the
Piece
hell,
of
Delaney?
shit. Have her wear that hat.
I know. Well, I think he likes his alone time. That's what I'm telling myself. But I'm gonna have dinner with him later.
Well, Sean's cooking the roast.
Yeah,
So that sounds
Sean's
great.
cooking
What
the
kind of
roast.
pork roast?
No, I don't think so. I think it's a nice.
Like a roast session?
It's a nice roast. I know it's expensive.
Pork roasts are quite nice, but whatever.
It's not a pork roast.
No, it's fine, Delaney. It's
think
cool.
it sounds-
I don't know how we decided that today's hat day, but that
A rib
happened
roast?
at one. Oh, that sounds quite nice.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry to offend any vegetarians listening right now.
Any?
Where did you get a golf ball? And it's not a golf ball, it's a ping pong. No!
Delaney, why would you put a ping pong ball in your cider?
What the hell?
For those listening.
If it was a golf, it went on my laptop keyboard. Come on,
Sam.
Sam.
Come on. Who?
Sam, can you just leave?
We can't bring you anywhere.
Sorry, guys.
Okay. So, Delaney, what would you like to talk about
I'm
today?
back.
Okay. You know what?
Okay,
I'm gonna
there
just let
was-
you be in charge.
Me in charge?
No,
Thanks,
Delaney,
guys.
not.
Welcome back.
Sam, you're not in charge.
Ginger
This is
Squared
us.
here.
You're making everything a mess.
Delaney, go ahead.
This podcast means a lot to me, okay? Light the candle.
It's whatever.
We can hold it up.
You can light it up anyway.
You want to hold it?
Yeah, you can be the official candle holder since you're not good for anything
Yeah,
else.
we'll light that on fire. Okay. So, Delaney, what did you want to talk about
No,
today?
this is a hostile environment. I think I'm gonna remove myself.
Chakras.
There's a spot for the straw. Quit looking at me, guys.
Do you need one?
Delaney, I put you in charge. What would you
Here,
like to
here,
talk
here.
about? I've been waiting.
We're going to talk about, well, since a lot of people seem to get involved in our last argument about spoons and forks.
That's right.
Forks are superior, by the way.
That is so not
Nothing-
true. The forks and their four
McDonald's versus-
skewers aren't necessary.
McDonald's versus Burger King.
McDonald's
you want
all the way.
Okay, so little background on this. Delaney works at McDonald's,
Yes.
and I worked at Burger King. And
So we both know the environments, the work environments. very
yes, the work environments. Now, are we basing this off of the quality of the food and service or the quality of the work environment? Because those are two different arguments.
well. The quality of the work environment.
If we're talking about the quality of the food, McDonald's wins hands
Yeah,
down.
hands
However, I heard that McDonald's has a kitchen full of Spanish-speaking members that are very mean to those that aren't Spanish-speaking, and that's what I've heard.
From me?
No, I worked with people that had previously worked at McDonald's and quit because I was told that the Mexicans in the kitchen bullied them, and they'd like talk shit in Spanish behind their back, and they wouldn't help them ever.
Perhaps. That, we did have a lot of Spanish-speaking
Mm-hmm.
managers. I don't know if bullying, I wouldn't consider it bullying, but like there's this one manager and she always says, Delaney, listen to the customers. And I'm like,
It is important to listen to the customer.
that's what I'm doing. Like sometimes the customers make mistakes too, you know?
No.
Never.
You will find that in the world of fast food, and I knew this because I was a manager, the customers are never incorrect about anything.
Oh, yeah. That's
It doesn't matter.
Service
They
with
could
the
say
staff.
no mayonnaise and then get to the window and say, hey, I wanted heavy mayonnaise, and they wanted heavy mayonnaise. They are always correct.
your fault. But I don't need a manager to tell me that. I know. I'm trying to fix the problem. I don't need her to tell me. Delaney, listen to the customer. I am listening.
Let me tell
I'm
you
trying my best.
something about working.
Something about
The food industry in general, specifically the fast food industry, is that you get so skilled in the area of putting up with people's shit that the skills just follow you everywhere
yes.
because of something wrong with their food. As if I'm in the back cooking it. They would personally make a problem with me
yes.
and act like it's my fault. Do you have similar experiences?
Can I tell the story of my first day?
Go ahead. Your first day.
My first day was traumatic. The thing is, our local McDonald's is under new management, and so we no longer are trained with videos. We're kind of just thrown into the mix, and it's a good old time.
Which is a way of training people. That's how I was trained. There were no videos.
Yeah, it was terrifying, just being thrown at the front counter. I didn't even know how the cash register worked. And so this one man, he asked for a senior coffee. At the time, I didn't know how to enter in a senior coffee, okay? Like, I well, yeah. Well, now I know that, okay? But at the time, I didn't know that, and I was afraid. I was afraid. So afraid. And he got so mad at me, and he started...
Wait, did you ring him up as a regular small coffee?
I don't know. No. Yeah, probably scam.
When in doubt, I would just give them the free coffee.
Yeah, but it was my first day. I couldn't do that. And it was like rush hour, so like everyone else was working, so there's no one to ask. So I was just like, okay, I don't know what to do. And then he got mad at other people that were so pissed at him. And then they didn't bring out his coffee for a while. So then when they finally did, they said, Delaney, go give that man his coffee because he was sitting down in the lobby. I'm like, of course you're going to fucking stick that on me, aren't you? So I walk out with my coffee, and I'm like, I'm so sorry for the inconvenience, sir. And he's just like, fuck you. I was just like, fuck.
I can tell you, that's how it is.
He said something.
My experience from being a little higher up than some of the other people working is that when we don't want to interact with someone, we send the entry-level teenager to do it. Like, if there's a pissed-off customer in the lobby, 9 times out of 10, I would send Lauren to take care of it. Because, I'm just kidding, it's not Lauren. But I would send not myself to take care of it because I don't want to deal with that.
That's why you get the manager.
Yeah, you get me, and then they complain at me. They're like, I want to talk to your supervisor. And then I walk over, and then they just bitch at me about how their fries are too salty, even though they asked for extra salt on them. And stuff like this would happen all the time. So if you want, I don't think McDonald's does this, but a lot of places like Burger King, if you want something fresh, you can ask for it off broiler, which means that in the POI computer, they select a special tag that says off broiler, and then the kitchen has to make it fresh. And then we pull your car up while you wait. And people would come to the drive-thru and they'd say, I want a Whopper off broiler. And then when they got to the window to pay, I'd be like, and then can I have you pull up for a couple minutes while we finish that? And they would sigh. They'd be like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
And I'd be like, you just asked for me to cook it fresh, and now you're complaining that it's taking too long. Like, you can't win. Oh, and I'll never forget the guy who got infuriated with me because we didn't have tacos. So there are a couple Burger King locations outside of Chicago that have tacos, but I think that's an individual franchise decision. It's not corporate Burger King recipe to offer tacos. So there are a few locations that offer them. And in the drive-thru, I do my standard spiel. When someone pulls up, it beeps in my headset. I press the button. I go, welcome to Burger King. My name's Trey. What can I get for you today? And then he responded with, you guys got any tacos? And I was like, oh, no, I'm sorry. We don't have that at this location. He was like, oh, shit. I'm going to need a minute. And then after like 2 minutes, I come back on, I press my button. I'm like, is there anything I can help you find? He's like, oh, I just really wish you guys had the tacos. Keep in mind, I'm evaluated on how long it takes me to get people from the point of pulling up to having their food and gone. And it's an average of about 1.5 minutes. And this guy was sitting at the menu for like 3 minutes. He was like, you know what? I'll just take a Whopper. And I'm like, okay, like that'll be $5.69 second window, please. And then he pulls up and he's like, so why don't you guys have the tacos? And I was like, I think, I'm not totally sure, but I think that only certain franchisees have the tacos. And he was like, but you're not sure. I was like, no, sir, I'm sorry, I don't know. He's like, you don't know. Thanks. That really helps me right now. And he looks dead ass in my eyes and he's like, thanks. That really helps me right now. And I was like, I'm sorry, like, I just work here. I didn't create the menu. I don't know why we don't have the tacos. He was like, thanks for the sass. Can I talk to your manager? And I was like, okay. So I run over.
You weren't the manager yet?
No, I was not.
Oh, that would have been so funny. You'd be like, I am the manager.
No, so the manager at the time, so there's this guy named Patrick, and he was like the assistant general manager. biggest dick I've met in my entire life.
Oh,
But he does not take shit from customers at all.
The best.
And so
like that in the work environment.
this guy, I go over, I get Patrick, and Patrick hates being bothered. He's sitting in the office playing with his fidget spinner, and I walk up to him, I'm like, Patrick, there's a guy at the window that wants you. He's like, come on, man. And he like stands up and he walks. So he's already pissed off because he was busy, spinning. So he walks up to the window, and this guy who's infuriated about the tacos, he's like, you're the manager, huh? And Patrick's like, yeah, that's me. And the taco guy was like, well, that's just real nice. And I was like thinking like, what the fuck does that mean? Because he was like, well, that's just real nice.
He just wants to,
I was like,
Just want to see him.
I'm looking up at the timer for the drive-thru. This guy's been here for like 7.5 minutes at this point.
Yeah.
I've already cashed out his meal, but he's still mad about the tacos. And Patrick's like, and the dude's like, well, McDonald's has burritos and stuff. Why don't you have tacos at this location? And Patrick was like, I'm not sure. That's not what the owner wanted. And the guy was like, well, maybe I'll take my business over to McDonald's. And as soon as he said that,
was that guy?
no, that many people say that as if I care if you go to McDonald's, like, oh shit, we're going to take heavy losses after that guy's gone. Like, I don't care. So after
make a joke about like how some guy came in complaining about how Burger King didn't have tacos, and then he ordered an egg burrito, and then he's like, what the fuck?
Did that really happen?
Burrito. No.
Oh, okay. So as soon as he said, I'll take my service to I'll take my money to McDonald's, Patrick was instantly triggered. I just saw Patrick's face go. He has this after he sighs at me where he's like, he has this face for the customer where he's like, hi, how can I help you? Because, it's just the type of dick he is. But as soon as that guy said the word McDonald's, his face went from smiling to just. And the guy was like, yeah, that's right. I'll go over to McDonald's and bring my money there. And at that point, Patrick responded with, fucking go ahead. Oh. And then the man, then the man drove away, and Patrick turns to me and he goes, what a dickweed. And then he went back to his office and continued spinning his fidget spinner. So that's that story. Go ahead.
It was from, I think it was my first day on the job. There was that story with the guy who makes coffees, and I don't know, I messed something up, and then he didn't get his coffee on time, and I had to deliver it, and he was just like, no, he's just like, it's, McDonald's is so inefficient, like, you guys are so lazy, or something like that. But then there was this woman, and she was standing by the counter, and I was like standing at the register, just chilling. I was waiting for her to come over, waiting for her to order or like do something. But she was standing by the counter that was like closest to the restaurant or the kitchen or whatever. Okay. So she wasn't even near the registers. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden, like, she's standing there, like a minute, 2 minutes passes, and I'm just, standing there, I figure at this point that she's not gonna order anything. She's just waiting to talk to someone or just waiting for food or something. I don't even know. I don't know what was going through my head. But then she comes over to me and she's like, you're not gonna take my order? I was like, and I was a deer caught in the headlights because already I was so anxious because it was my first day, and they just threw me into the mix. I didn't know how the cash,
which is typically what they do, and it's the worst thing ever because fast food is like the most fast-paced, most angry customers. There's so much to do.
And so I said, the first thing that came out of my mouth was, what do you want? And I had the whole spiel down. Like, I used to say, like, hi, welcome to McDonald's, what can I get you? But, like, for some reason, it threw me off course so much to the point where I said, what do you want? And she just sighed and shook her head and then just walked away. And she sat down, like, in the lobby. And, like, the managers had to go console her and everything. But that was the worst
I don't think that's that bad. I've definitely done that to people. Like, if someone sassy me, I'm like, well, what do you want?
But, like, I didn't mean to say that. So, like, I felt bad.
Well, at Burger King, the corporate policy is, and it says this on the register right above. There's a little card. It's hello, my name is, and then a blank, and it's like insert your name, and then it's like what can I get for you today, and then in parentheses it says smile. So hello, my name is Trey. What can I get for you today? And then I smile and look them in the eyes. And
Yeah, because eye contact, people love that.
of course, people love that. But the old people loved me.
Oh.
Clean cut white guy with the
Yeah.
glasses. I look
Did they
intelligent.
ever compliment your red hair?
No,
Those
they
old
did
people
not.
love that.
But they did.
Without the fade.
There were recurring regulars.
No one gets that. You're gonna have to explain.
There were Sam wants me to get a fade in my hair. Oh, well, I
Oh
didn't.
God. Oh, shit.
Just put that back.
No
My
wonder why
eyes.
it's that day. I was not expecting that.
It's terrible. Anyway, go
And
on.
now we know what happens when I wear hats.
That's what happens when anyone-
Just more shit underneath.
So anyway, there were recurring regulars that
Yeah.
would act the same way and get the same thing. There was this guy came in every Sunday morning, got the 2-for-4 ham and cheese egg croissant sandwich, one with ham, egg, and cheese, one with just bacon and egg, no cheese. And then he would get a medium hash brown and a large Fanta, no ice. And he would read it off like it's a script. He'd be like, I'll take the 2-for-4 croissant sandwich, one with bacon, one with ham, and then a medium hash brown and a large Fanta, no ice. And then before I even said the price, he would start driving to the window. Because he knew it was me every time. He'd be like, and a large Fanta, no ice. And as he was saying that, he was driving away.
Nice.
And he would always yell at me because I rang it up a certain way that it would cost him more.
Yeah.
He'd be like, well, when Alicia's working, it's
Yeah.
only $2.79. I'd be like, well, Alicia rung it up a different way, and I don't know what to tell you.
I don't like the
Because
inconsistencies.
In the
This-
programs,
yeah.
there's certain ways,
Same with
shortcuts, where
McDonald's.
if you ring them up, like if you make it a combo meal, or if you
Yeah.
don't make it a combo meal, it's cheaper certain ways than if you ring it up another way. And you're not trained, you're trained the right way. And there are employees that, for the regulars, will ring it up a certain way. That's not necessarily how you were trained to do it, to make it cheaper. And so when I was working and Alicia wasn't, this guy would get angry with me. He'd be like, we went over this last week. It's $3.79.
Over this last week.
And like, I loved it when Patrick was working, because I'd just be like, Patrick. I'd go on the headset, I'd be like, beep, Patrick, he's back. And then Patrick would come out of the window. He's like, what now? And he zzz, opens up the window, and the guy's like, when Alicia's working, it's $2.79. When this redhead's working, it's $3.01. And he's like, well, Alicia cheats the system for you and does it wrong, so it's gonna be $3.01. And the guy was like, oh. And he like hands the money over, like he's so inconvenienced by the 22 cents or whatever it is.
How dare you?
So that guy was recurring. There was also Biscuit Lady, who asked for like
Biscuit lady.
plain biscuits and then all of the
Yeah.
stuff on the side, and
Yeah.
she would get pissed if you did it wrong. And then there was the Sauce Boss, which I personally named. He would come through and get the 10-piece nuggets for $1.49, and then he would ask for like 30 packets of sauce. And the company policy is, for each $1.49, you get 2 things of sauce. You can ask for 1 or 2 more, but if it's more than that, we have to upcharge you. And this guy would ask for like 20. And when I told him I'd have to upcharge him, he'd be pissed. He'd be like, are you kidding me? I want sauce, and you're going to charge me? I'm buying your nuggets. I'm like, yeah, $1.49 of nuggets. The sauce is worth more than the nuggets that you're paying for.
Yeah.
And he would get so angry. And then he'd get to the window, and like, I'd turn towards my other manager, which is Tasha, and she was more like, oh, the customer's always right. And she'd give him the sauce. And then this dude was like, I asked for 4 ranch, 6 buffalo, 1 barbecue, and 2 honey mustard. You gave me 6 ranch, 1 buffalo, 5 honey mustard, and 2 barbecue. And I'd be like, honestly, what the fuck does it matter? Like, why are you doing this to me? Like, I just earn minimum wage to sit at this window and give out food. Like, why do you have to do this? And he would bicker with me, and I'd get him the right one, and then he'd be like, oh, you rang this up wrong. And I honestly think it was his goal to set a personal record of how long he could be at the window, like each time. Like, he was like, oh shit, last time it was 6:59, we're going for 7:01 today, boys. And he would just do whatever he could. And it got to the point where Patrick just wouldn't serve him anymore. He'd pull up to the drive-thru, and Patrick would come on and be like, no, we're not serving you. And like, he just,
Do that?
well, Patrick can.
I love managers that like
So-
take the sides of the workers.
Like, whatever.
It's so like empowering.
I probably shouldn't be saying this because
Fucking
Patrick's
Patrick's
job
with me.
security is probably at stake.
yeah.
But that guy walks into the
We renamed
this guy
him
walks
for
into the
purpose
kitchen
of this
and he
podcast.
like eats nuggets right out of the drawer. He's like, "Yo, check it out." He gets a nugget out of like the hot plate, and then he would just squirt barbecue sauce on it and put it in his mouth. He'd be like, "Best combination of all time." And then he'd walk back into his office and fidget spin again.
Do your managers do that? I feel like none of my managers
No.
would ever even think
Like
about saying that.
he
to a
gives no
guest.
shits about like the health code
Yeah, none of my
or the
managers.
customers.
Are like that, or are they?
No, none of them.
And so it created an interesting paradox because, like, as a person, probably one of my least favorites on the planet. But, like, as a manager, he would get mad at you, but, like, he was pretty funny because he just didn't give any shits.
One time at McDonald's at my location, we raised prices for some things.
Oh, yeah.
People, like regulars, they would come in and they'd be like, "Oh, it's 25 cents higher than last time." And I was like, "Yeah, we raised our prices recently." And they're just like, "Oh, why that? Why?"
Why that?
And I was just like, "I'm not sure. I think, yeah."
Yeah, you know what? Let me call
send them an
corporate.
email.
People did that all the time. I'm going to call corporate. I'd be like, you know what they do at corporate? They answer the phone, they write your shit problem down, and then when you hang up, they crumple it up and put it in the garbage because they don't care at all. Like, honestly, if you called Burger King corporate, you'd get like an automated machine and then your message would go nowhere. It doesn't even record. It just says like, leave your message now, and it doesn't even record it. And then you hang up and it's gone forever. So
What are you looking up? Why are you looking up Burger King?
I just want to read something real quick.
Trey's name is on there.
I'm going on Yelp under the Burger King I worked at, and I remember reading one that was like, "Oh, prepare to pay extra cash at this Burger King," and I'm like, honestly, the prices are the same at every Burger King. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Oh wait, there's some. Okay, poor service. Period. I really dislike giving poor reviews, but I feel like I must in hopes that improvements might be made. One would think that consistency between Burger Kings would happen, but clearly some are better than others. And that usually comes down to management and staff. I've been here a number of times and it never really gets any better. But it's only BK around that I've found at this neck of the woods. Literally, our town has two. They're like 3 miles apart, first of all.
Yeah.
Also, there's like 5 within a 15-minute radius. So I guess this is the only one in his neck of the woods, which must be like one road.
He's from Conquin.
He's from Algonquin. And he goes to the McHenry Burger King. Because it's in his neck of the woods. Algonquin's like 30 minutes away.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Ann R. from Spring Grove. I really like Burger King, but this place is awful. The food wasn't too bad, but all the younger kids behind the counter were idiots. I waited 20 minutes, and they had to ask me my order 3 times.
Me.
It was a Whopper Jr. with cheese, no tomato, and a small fry. I don't see how it's that difficult. 1 star.
Can you go to my McDonald's?
Yeah, no problem. That's the one on 31,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay, hold on. Honestly, why are people reviewing McDonald's? As if that matters. Was the Yelp one. Here we go. This one's fairly new, isn't it?
Yeah.
Couldn't it also... Wait, no, this is the one. How do you distinguish the other one? Because there's 2 on that road.
No idea. It could be 302. The top one? Okay, yeah. That one.
No, this is the one by Knox Park.
Then it's that one.
Whatever. Honestly, it doesn't matter. It's the same. Yeah, it's this one. Okay. These don't look too bad. Let me find a bad one. Oh, Barry N. from Hebron, Illinois. Arrogant managers. How many times do you have to tell McDonald's in surveys that their to-go French fries are usually just bits and pieces from the bottom their fryer?
What does that mean?
First of all, I don't think bits and pieces can sit at the bottom of the fryer because they incinerate, first of all. Second of all, and correct me if I'm wrong, you guys don't store the fries in the fryer. I'm pretty sure they cook in the fryer, and then the thing goes beep, beep. You hit the button, pull them up, give them a shake, and then dump them in the thing, and then salt them. Is that how it works?
Exactly.
Okay. So obviously, what this guy thinks you're doing is getting a little net and going to the bottom of the fryer and then just putting that into the compartment and serving it. That was Barry N from Hebron, Illinois.
We do it just for Barry.
Yeah. Like, oh, Barry's back.
Barry's back.
Get the special batch out.
Yeah, time to get the special gloves.
Okay. Let's see what's next.
That one's just about
This is... You read this one?
it being built.
They need to tear this building down. It's an eyesore.
Wait, bad managers sometimes in the evenings. Good management in the morning. Unhappy employees in the morning. Weird.
I just want to get food here and have it be good either way. And it's still pretty good, LOL, 4 stars.
Oh my gosh, that's so true. Because our managers in the morning are like the ones that are kind of like more strict. And the ones at night are a little bit more lenient and chill. So,
Really?
yeah. And I worked mornings.
I like this review. We ordered 2 double cheeseburgers with no pickles or no mustard. That's the whole review. I just ate French fries that were probably 45 minutes old. Now does this... Because
No.
at
45
Burger
minutes?
King, if they were more than like 20 minutes old, they were thrown out.
Yeah.
And like
Our fries
the
never
possibility
last that long.
the possibility of fries actually lasting that long was slim unless it was like 10 p.m. because the turnover rate is so high. We
Yeah.
cook new ones like every 3
Yeah,
minutes.
literally all the time.
So honestly, whatever.
So Sam, what's it like working at?
Sam, what is it like at Olive Garden?
Let's look up the
Honestly.
reviews for Olive Garden.
That place. With the staff or with the guests?
Yeah.
Because we have to call them guests, not customers.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, because they're not customers, they're guests in your Olive Garden
They really are,
experience.
because when you're with us, you're family.
Yeah, I bet. Okay. Waitress forgot a bunch of items on our order, then overcharged us on our bill, and she had to go fix it. What an outrage.
audacity
She had
to
to go
fix it.
fix it. Wow. That's ridiculous.
How dare she? Should have left it.
The food we finally got was lukewarm, and the bread that was supposedly coming out was hard as a rock. I thought you said hard as fuck. Wish I could give them a 0 star. The attitude of my server was ridiculous. Now, do you know
Okay,
a server
Michelle.
that's like this?
Quite a few.
Okay. I have taken this
so
place
long.
off to go to once in a while list. Okay. Oh, wait. I have taken this place off
There you go.
off my go-to once in a while. Who has a go-to once in a while list?
David R. from
Like,
Spring
oh,
Grove.
Olive Garden, you're going on my go-to once in a while list.
That
but
is
now-
one upgrade from never.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah, but now you've been removed because of your poor service. I will go to you rarely now. Add it to the rarely list. Staff does their best, but are truly not connected with a passionate owner. This is a chain. Salad was okay, but overdressed. It made me choke a little from assertive vinegar.
Vinegar.
Assertive vinegar. Breadsticks are a poor excuse for bread. I ordered a chicken sandwich with fries. Fries were good, but the chicken was a mushy, battered, deep-fried, oily, generic,
What are they
probably frozen,
expecting?
tender of sorts.
You're right. It's frozen. You stick it in.
The sauces were so salty I couldn't and didn't want to finish. The soups were decent, but again, oversalted. In conclusion, I felt like I had eaten a 3-day quota of calories, but the calorie has an apostrophe at the end, so it's like the possessive calories. Fat and salt all in one sitting. The experience and food were not memorable in a positive way. Save up a few dollars and try the Italian food in Richmond. Way, way, way better.
I don't know what people are expecting Italian
2 out of
food.
5 stars.
Someone walked in. You guys got cannolis? I go, this isn't real Italian. It's all frozen.
So yeah, well, that's
And
how
then
most restaurants are. Unless
It's
you're getting,
restaurant. If you want
unless
it
you're going
fast,
to like real Italian, then that's what you
like
get.
if you want something made fresh or like something, it's gonna take.
Like,
And
here's
it's
the
gonna cost a
deal:
lot more.
McDonald's, Burger King. How do you think that the eggs are made? How do you actually? Do you think they're back there on a fucking fryer with the spatula, like, oh, making the eggs, boys? Or like they're like scrambling? No. Most places, I don't know if it's how it is at McDonald's, but at Burger King, it comes in a carton. It's like a carton of like pasteurized egg product. You pour it onto this machine. You go,
Probably.
you lift it,
Yeah.
and it's like a little egg patty,
Yeah.
and it cooks it
Ew.
for like 3 minutes.
Makes me want to
And
go
then
eat there.
they had this burger a little bit back that had an egg on it, and I was told that is microwaved because like all they have is a broiler, which you put the patties through, and then they have deep fryers, and you can't do either of those things with an egg.
Mhm.
So they microwave it, which to me is like
People are
disgusting. But
expecting,
what
like,
do you
top of the
expect?
class
Yeah, what
food.
honestly, what do you expect in a minute and a half?
for real.
And when you go to those places, the food isn't going to be 100% fresh. It's usually been sitting for like 5 to 15 minutes in the little boxes, you know?
Yeah, even people's food when it sits in the window in the warmer, so it's gonna be lukewarm.
Well, these are all good reviews. We don't need to read those. Okay. Namrata O from Texas.
Wow.
We encountered a rude and obnoxious server, which all started when some of us wanted, heaven forbid, extra soup. This attitude could be overlooked in someone young and inexperienced, but this lady was clearly in her 40s, so definitely old enough to realize what is and isn't good customer service. It's a shame, as prior to this, we have had pleasant experiences there.
Don't ask for more soup.
I once one that's just like, there's this blonde host. She's a bitch.
Yeah.
Probably.
I've thought about...
Name was Sam.
When people
I've thought about...
people try talking to me, saying some shit, I just roll my eyes.
Really?
Right in front of them, I go,
I would never.
I, honest to God, have thought about going on like McDonald's like review website, going to your location, and like when it asks you like, how are we doing? What was your experience? Like typing like, oh my God, this redheaded girl, she told me if I didn't shut my whore mouth that she would take a shit on my my Big Mac.
Big Mac.
She told me that she would piss on my fries if I didn't lose the attitude. And honestly, I can't believe you would hire someone like
No,
this.
can you actually do that? I'm planning on.
that is not how you leave a restaurant.
Wait,
Will I get
You won't have a good.
Will I get
you won't
you'll
a
get blacklisted
recommendation.
from McDonald's.
Yeah, okay.
And then
But your next job, they're gonna see.
I didn't
that.
get one. My manager was so angry that I quit that she's like, because I quit when they needed people. She's like, never ask me for a recommendation. I will not recommend you. She's like, don't put me down as a reference. I was like, wow, bitch.
Damn.
So like, the places will blacklist you from their own system though. So if you ever like reapply at any McDonald's,
Wow.
not only a McDonald's, but like a company owned by McDonald's, like Olive Garden's owned by the one that owns Darden, which owns like a ton of restaurants. You'll be put on like a do not hire list.
I think I want to go back into food.
Yeah, me neither. But I mean,
At Olive Garden, it's not that bad. I mean, I have to deal with
Wouldn't know.
ridiculous people every single damn my fucking life, but it's all good.
wouldn't know.
Come work with me, guys.
I have only positive. I tried that, Sam. I have only positive experiences
If
when I go to
someone-
Olive Garden.
If you get a job and they say they're gonna call back, when you try to follow up with that,
I called back 3 times.
go
and
in
they
there.
said
You need to be more.
I should go in there now that it's
Assertive.
been 4 months.
You should.
I should be like,
Assertive,
I should
just
be like,
like the video.
hey, you said you were gonna call me back on October 5th. You never did.
Do it.
Let's
Go
see what
in
they
there.
say.
Go in there tonight when I'm working. Stefan, is it? Yes.
Yes.
Can I get him?
I don't think that's who it was. It was Brian.
Well, Stefan would be your manager.
Oh, okay. I think
Brian.
his name was Brian.
Just-
Seemed like a douche.
Up front, we have all of the cards of the managers. Go up there, pick them all up.
Oh,
Just
can
be
I go on the Olive Garden review website and be like, this guy, I think his name was like Ryan or something. He told me to fuck off when I asked for more breadsticks.
You should, because we have a Ryan there.
Really? Oh, I wanted to get Brian though.
Oh, Brian.
Okay, here's a review from Pat S. and McHenry. Where I come from, lasagna has cheese in it. Seafood lasagna has none and very little what they call Alfredo sauce. My husband had new scampi dish with no garlic in it. Service was good. I'm looking for a real Italian restaurant, not one that pretends to be. Well, honestly,
What do people expect?
if you want real Italian, you're going to pay more than $12.99 for an entree.
And why don't people read the ingredients?
Ingredients?
Of what they're eating.
Is it on the menu?
Yeah, it tells you exactly what you're getting. Well, maybe not exactly, but
Well, that's upsetting. Don't you have to go to work?
yeah, I was gonna go start my car in a few minutes.
Oh, okay.
Someone else want to?
No. Well,
Please?
honestly,
Anyone?
I don't know. I think I've just become more upset as a person after. What? What's the update?
I was just gonna update from last week.
Okay, go ahead.
Update from last week. I sent in the video of me rapping to University of Chicago.
You know, I'll show some right here, actually.
I'm a musician. a young politician, and I love biology, full of ambition. People can't brand me. It's why I'll get a Grammy. You're buried in my rhymes, read between the lines. Can't you hear it in my tone? I'm a bad bitch, and that's all I know. You wouldn't imagine me to rap. I'll smile and hit you with the back slap. My flow is the trauma, it sets the trap. D. Wells is the armor, and words are my weapon, used to my melody of expression. Yeah, that's it. Like a college has that now, and I keep like imagining the
people at University of Chicago watching that rap.
Just hearing like, I'm a bad bitch in the salon. Like, I just imagine.
Like they're watching that in the conference room, and the admissions advisor comes back in. He's like, guys, we're supposed to be working right now. And they're like, no, this is an application. And he's like, oh, shit. Yeah, he like takes off his glasses and clears his eyes out and goes up. He's like, wow. Fuck. This is what we need here. It's such a prestigious university.
Yeah, or they could be like, so guys, what do you think? And then just dead silence. That's what I've been imagining.
I always think about like someone, the type of people that would get into like Stanford, someone just like leaving their application blank or just writing like the letters okay, and the admissions counselors being like, shit, that is the kind of ballsy attitude we want here.
Last year who wrote just Black Lives Matter over and over and over again.
And they got in.
I think that's a statement.
I want their admissions counselor, if someone leaves their app, like, shit, this is the kind of ballsy attitude we need here. They didn't even fill it out. Now that's
a message.
That is incredible. The fact that they left that completely blank. Thank you guys for what? Oh, the card's full.
Darn it!
Well, I guess there's no more video of this, but you guys can still hear me. All right. Well, thank you guys for watching.
Yes, and shout out to our viewer of the week, Sam Welch, if you're listening. I love you.
Sam Welch, you're great and beautiful.
Yes.
We'll see you guys next week.